Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I seek. We are the elite, and you are the weak, and I will always get back up on my feet. Why are they alive? Radio on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're back. That is the name of this episode. We're back. That's as simple as that. We are back. Microphone beside Phillip Brandon, joined by the Canadian Destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. We are back. All is right in the world again. Roman Reigns is the heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, Brandon, BT, how do you feel now?
You know, I'm a Punk guy. I wanted CM Punk to win. But Roman, when Roman was on top, it was the boom period that we have not seen since 2001.
What did Roman Reigns say at the WrestleMania post show? He was $1 billion check that just hadn't been cashed yet. Here we are.
Here we are back.
Here we are. Netflix, all the stadium shows, all the money that the company's rolling in. Why? Tribal Chief. All this was said on First Take too. Go watch the First Take interview with Roman Reigns before WrestleMania. You'll see all these points there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know LA Knight was here.
Yeah. Didn't run into him like I thought I would, man. WrestleMania weekend, though. Who'd you run into, man? Who'd you see?
I mean, who didn't I run into? I saw people at the airport. Your boy was staying at the MGM Grand, which the big green thing. And apparently a lot of other wrestlers were there too. And that was kind of one of the big storylines of the night or of the weekend at WrestleMania, because that was kind of the central hub for WWE. Obviously, maybe some wrestlers were not staying there specifically, but a majority of them were. And like me personally, I didn't even realize it. I'm not even trying to hawk or to see anybody, but I saw Randy Orton was like literally like right behind me, like Lash Legend, Kofi Kingston, Kit Wilson, Charles Robinson, Ricky Saints, Lola Vice and Damian Priest. I think I maybe saw The Miz one time. Like, it was just, especially the early times when they were like checking in and getting there, but it was just all over the place. And then this also kind of set into some issues because they were just walking around like nothing. And not saying like it's one thing if they're just walking in the casino floor, but they're like at check-in, they're at the hotel lot, they're in the lobby, they're in the airport, not the airport, they're in the elevator lobby area. And there was really no security to speak of. Now, they did kind of elevate the security a little bit as time went on, but it was kind of a free-for-all. Like, even if you didn't even need to have a room key to be like by the elevators or anything. And the vibe there was, if you had no idea wrestling was in town, you'd be like, what the hell is going on here? Why are there so many people here? And they had the autograph hawkers who have their board full of 8x10s or trading cards. Like, there was this one guy I saw, Lola Vice was at the airport. The man literally had like 8x10s of Lola Vice, but not Lola Vice, facing forward. It was Lola Vice from the back, if you know what I'm saying.
Did you see her reaction to this?
I did not see her reaction to this, but she seemed very nice. She seemed very, her and Jada Parker, shout out Miss Parker, respectfully, were there at the airport together, and they were very, very nice from my point of view. They were taking photos and signing stuff. Brody King, on the other hand, was not about that life. Which, shout out Brody King. Some guy came up to him, and I think wanted a photo. He was like, "Oh yeah, no." I didn't hear exactly what he said. If he was like being nice, or if he was being like, "No, what are we doing? We're the fucking airport. Don't touch me." But,
so, Brandon, you didn't break up the encyclopedia.
I did not break out the encyclopedia.
Did you bring the encyclopedia?
I did not. This was not going to be one of those things. I did have since I did go to WWE World, I have like two boxes full of like trading cards that aren't worth anything. I did see Bailey at the airport a few times on Monday or Tuesday when I was leaving.
How was that?
It was fine. I think her sister, she has a sister, I think, because it looked exactly like her, and then like her niece. She was like walking back and forth. It was not on my flight to Oakland. I don't know where she was going. She was going to Florida or whatever. But yeah, shout out Bailey. Saw her at the airport coming home.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, man. I mean, there's the video of CM Punk almost like fighting a fan because he's trying to get towards AJ Lee. Royce Keys, shout out Powerhouse Hobbs, the former Powerhouse Hobbs. He was politely telling the family, "Hey, no, I'm gonna leave now." Like, God, what are we? And then, bro, at WrestleCon, Elena Black, the former Cora Jade, she was sexually assaulted. She was touched, and then apparently, X Pac was touched too. Like, what are you all doing,
Booker T said something to the effect of like people were following him into the bathroom.
bro? What are y'all doing, bruh? What are y'all doing?
I
Leave these people alone.
like, yeah, I am.
Like, is it so hard if you see them and you want to say hello? You know, hey, how's it going, man? Good. I hope you killed this weekend. Give them a fist bump and walk away. If you want a picture, politely ask. If they say no, all right, cool, bro. Thank you, and then just leave. That's it. That's all you have to do. What's wrong with you people? Because, bro, like my first Mania weekend was 39 in LA. I I had always heard about this stuff. I'm with with some people, man, and I see people standing outside the WWE hotel like 3 a.m. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Why? Leave these people alone.
Oh yeah, it was like Friday night, and it was pretty late. I mean, not late, like 3, but it was like 1 o'clock, midnight, and this is when the Hall of Fame's ending. So people
Yes.
know the Hall of Fame's ending. People are coming back to the hotel, and so they were just waiting there. And it was like, it gets one. It's the people who are waiting there are the ones that piss me off more than like. Obviously, there's going to be fans there that are in town for WrestleMania, and they see this crowd of people, and they're going to be like, "What is all these people doing here?" And then like they happen to see whoever it is that they're waiting for. And then those ones are like, okay, like I get it. Like sometimes they can be a little weird and awkward, but the people who like are camping out are the ones that are just like, get a life, people. Like, what are we doing here? But
And like these fans are weird, bro. I saw somebody posted they priced out the regular fan, the normal fan, and so now these people are showing up. Which, hey, that may
and
be
I think
true.
that like honestly, I think that does play into it a little bit of like people pay so much money that they almost feel entitled that these people should give them back something. And that's just not the case. Like I am an
I
awkward person. I do not want to go up to them and say anything. Like if I make eye contact with them, that's one thing, but I'm like not going to go up and talk to them and be like, I love you so much. Can I get a photo? Can I get an autograph? No, that's just, they are literally on a work trip. Let them go about their day.
bro, like yeah, because like I went to Wrestle It, shout out Wrestle It. No, there's some Carmelo Hayes pulled up in there, and I'm just like, what are we doing, guys? Like, I didn't seem like he was getting bothered or anything, which was
Like I
thank God.
literally saw Carmelo Hayes just walking through the casino floor. Nobody was talking to him. I saw him, but I was like, why am I going to go up and say something? Like obviously he's doing something and trying to like live his life in Las Vegas. Like just let him be.
Yeah, man. Probably the craziest fan story I heard. I told you this off air. I'll tell it on here. A female wrestler told me that she was at WrestleCon and some fan bought the sandals off her feet for $300. That's crazy.
That's crazy. I didn't know my brother was in town. I thought he would have said hi to me.
I was about to say I didn't know Michael Marks was in town. Jesus. But yeah, man. If you see these people in public, leave them alone, politely ask. If they say no, then it's okay. Don't worry about it. Move on. Like, what are we doing, guys? Don't follow them. Don't follow them. Don't touch them. Come on. Like you people are grown. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Why?
there's a video of Randy Orton, and like I think this is literally like 10 seconds after I saw him because it was in the hotel lobby of him just like running around. I think like trying to get away from these people, but there's no security. Obviously, he like probably just checked in or something, so he doesn't really know where he's going, and it's like it's a cluster. Um, yeah, as TKO WWE is a $1 billion company, and this is their biggest show of the year, and they are unable to properly like.
How do you think they keep so much money, man?
How are they not able to have
Security
some sort
costs.
of security, have some sort of like barricade system, or what. And I think like as the time went on, they were able to kind of like backdoor the wrestlers a lot better. But those like Thursday was just insane.
Yeah, like I saw Javon Evans at saw him at WrestleCon, then I saw him again later on that night. He had a bodyguard with him. He had a guy with him. So I don't know if that was provided by the company or if that was a separate entity, but yeah. I don't know. It's just crazy, man. Um Forbidden Door, AW is coming to the Bay Area. June 28th.
Yeah, 28, 29 sometime, I believe Sunday.
SAP Center, yes, yes, they're going to be there. New Japan, CMLL, all that good stuff. I'm down to go. TNA's coming here in 2 weeks, man. What's up?
They're coming to Sacramento,
Yeah,
correct?
Thursday, Friday. What's up? Uh,
I gotta check my schedule, but TNA, that's one of the things I would love to do is I've never been to a TNA show.
yeah, that's kind of like on the bucket list, right?
But Forbidden Door, those shows are always the interesting ones because they're, a collab show with New Japan, CMLL, and now Stardom is kind of thrown in the mix too. So they're kind of like dream matches that aren't going to have a lot of storyline build, and the matches should be good, but you can kind of maybe see politically who's going to win based off the matchup. So I'm kind of, obviously I'm excited. And I'm going to try to go to the show live, but it's not one of the tentpole events. But there's always like one or two matches on there that that will end up being one of the better matches. Because let's see if I can. Like, what was last year's Forbidden Door? That was the one that was in London, and the main event of that one was the lights out steel cage match, and also MJF and Hangman Page had a match as well. So, and oh yeah, Tony Storm and Athena, good times, good times. So, I think they've done a better job compared to the first couple years where it was just like dream match, dream match, dream match. But now they kind of made it more of a full fledged AEW pay per view featuring other wrestlers from other companies.
Yeah, yeah. CMLL ran a show. I didn't get to go see it. I wanted to see it. So maybe I'm gonna have to go to Forbidden Door, see some CLL.
Yeah, I think it was the Palms had a lot of matches that were going on, like the CMLO stuff and some other
Yeah, the
ones as
Palms they
well.
had a CMLL. They had what not fourth rope. House of Glory. Fourth rope champion was on House of Glory. Shout out Zilla Throw, man. Shout out Big Zilla, man. He chilling. I think did TNA run something at the Palms too, or am I tripping? No, it was
Uh,
Maple Leaf Pro. Maple Leaf Pro.
yeah, it was like the Palms and Horseshoe were kind of the two epicenters of wrestling for
Yeah,
WrestleMania weekend.
went to the clusterfuck. I think one of those events inside the Horseshoe had like 2,000 people.
And I saw, I really did kind of want to go to Bloodsport, but I saw the clip of Natty and Shayna Baszler. They got into like a little bloody pull apart brawl. Sandman's final match had a run in with Mick Foley, which was a good time. So I know maybe WrestleMania weekend's not what it used to be in terms of the indie super shows, but there's still some good stuff going on these days.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. SmackDown biggest thing that happened. Royce Keys wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Congratulations to brother on all the success and everything he's doing. Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns is making his way. The original head of the table music is playing. He sees his cousins backstage, the Usos. Tells them to come out there with him. Oh, excuse me. And it's like old times, man. It really is. Talks about how separately we're not as strong, but together we are unstoppable. And they're all about to throw up the one, and then Jacob Fatu's music hits, and Jacob tells Roman, "Hey, straight up, bro, I don't just want that title. I need that title. That title means more money. That means I get to give my kids and my wife a better life, and that's what I'm all about." Roman Reigns tells him straight up, like, uh, Jacob tells him like, "I wanted that backlash," and Roman says, "I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no, but you have to face the reality. If you win, you're the champ. Congratulations. If you don't win, you're going to have to acknowledge me." What are your thoughts? Right out the gate, man.
I thought it was a good segment. I question where we're going because I think Fatu and Roman. That was one of the matches like were speculating could have been on this year's WrestleMania, and they didn't pull the trigger on that. And so now they're going to go with Fatu and Roman as just a match. I mean, obviously it'll be the main event, but the match for Backlash, which is interesting that that's going to be this quick of a turnaround. And then now you're also running back Roman and the Usos probably, or like, some sort of bloodline. is it going to be if Fatu wins or if Fatu loses, he's going to have to acknowledge Roman. So does that make him, the bloodline? It almost is kind of reminiscent of like, the Hulk Hogan years of like, okay, business isn't great. So now let's kind of bring back Hulk Hogan into the mix. And now I'm wondering, are they going to see that business is down a little bit? So now we're just going to run it back with the bloodline. And not saying it's not going to work.
What inning are we in?
I don't know. I, I thought we were like in the. I thought are we in extra innings now?
WrestleMania 39, we were in what, the third inning? Is that what they said?
I
And
mean,
then
Paul Heyman's not there anymore. He can't tell us what inning we're in.
can somebody let us know what inning we are in?
Is it time to get the closer ready, or I need to know because like it did not. It felt as though like we're just gonna run this thing back again, and I that doesn't intrigue me a lot because if it's just like the same Roman backstage segments talking to the Usos, you know, stuff that we've seen a lot, like
Well, no, I mean this is different now. Like all these guys have evolved. They've all. I mean, Roman was already main eventing WrestleMania, but now the Usos have a main event under their belt. Jay was world champion, so we're gonna. I think
they're
it's.
all equals.
I think it's gonna be like Usos talking to Jacob, like, "Hey man, like, oh, what's going on, bro?" You know, I think we're gonna get a lot of that.
I feel like I was talking to this like kind of after Mania, walking back. I feel like Roman's either losing at WrestleMania or he's losing at SummerSlam. I think those are the only two places he loses.
Roman's here for the whole summer.
And that's what I'm saying. He's gonna either have a short reign that'll culminate at SummerSlam, or he's gonna hold it for like the entire year. Now, or maybe even longer. I don't know.
How
And
poetic would it be if Sami Zayn dethrones Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia? He rectifies what happened in Montreal.
I mean, now that would be a great story. I I don't know if they would be able to if they can tell it. I just don't have confidence that they can tell that story. You just say the ending, Sammy, Roman in Saudi Arabia, so the crowd's gonna be super hot for Sammy, but they're also gonna like really like Roman Reigns too. So I don't because the Saudi crowds like really pop for the big stars, and Roman's the biggest one they got. So um, yeah, I don't know what to make of this. We're talking about endings. This is definitely the top of the first with the new Roman Reigns title reign. Um, and once again, Roman just kind of act like a dick
Is
to
this the top of the seventh as far as the bloodline of it all?
I'm done guessing with all these endings because I feel like they're just gonna make up new rules to extend and oh yeah, we're not playing 9 innings anymore. We're gonna play like a 15 inning game.
Bloodline rules, man. I did, yeah. Roman called Jake little cousin. I was like, huh,
That's not nice.
he's his little cousin.
So does that mean Fatu's just gonna be a part of the bloodline? He's gonna fall in line, and then we also kind of saw. And does that mean he's gonna break out of the bloodline, which is a story we've already seen before, both with Sammy with the actual bloodline, and then Fatu with Solo with the kind of B level bloodline.
I think. Well, shout out to the MFTs. I think you're gonna see things Solo talking to Jacob, like, "Hey man, I was in that position too, this and that." So I think we're gonna see a lot of people get talking to Jacob Fatu about Roman Reigns and all this stuff. And with Jake, I think he's officially been moved to Monday Night Raw. It freshens things up, man.
All right. Then we had Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Uh, we kind of thought that's where they were going with the finish. Shout out Seth Rollins. I had his and Becky Lynch's new coffee at the WWE World. Pretty good, pretty good. But
Really, what's flavor?
well, they had like I'm an official taste tester. No big deal, but I had some unreleased cans, so they had like different flavors. I like the ube flavor the best. That's Becky's favorite. And key lime pie. Am I supposed to be talking about this? I don't know. I never signed an NDA, but
No, it's okay. I've seen this posted all over social media. We're good.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure where they don't come after me. No cease and assists. Um, yeah, I mean, Braun cut a pretty straightforward promo on Seth. There wasn't anything too spectacular. And then Seth tries to get his lick back and goes after Braun Breaker. Um, very straightforward, to be honest. Nothing too crazy. Um, Probably will get the match at Backlash, and I don't know where they go from here in terms of like separating the two of where Seth would go after this and what Braun would do. I mean, Braun and Obafemi would be great, but that should be saved for a long time from now. Let's not blow that load now. Let's save that for WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
Yeah, let's save that. Street Profits.
Street Profits are back. They went after the Vision, so nice little.
Bro, we didn't even talk about congratulations to Montez and Bianca, man. John Cena announces the WrestleMania attendance. Bianca's out there. She announces her pregnancy. Great stuff.
Great stuff. Also, John Cena as the host. What did he do? He didn't do a damn thing.
He told you the attendance.
He would introduce. Basically, he was doing his best Vince McMahon impression. He welcomed everyone to WrestleMania. He did the announcement of the attendances, and that was about it. Like, I'm not saying I needed some dumb backstage
But then
segment
he
with the legends and Ron Simmons, but
did the Cena-hausen bit.
we didn't get. I mean, we didn't get a Cena-hausen. We just got the little Hausens
It's Cena-hausen. Yeah.
at WrestleMania Hausen.
Yes.
Um,
But yeah, congratulations to Bianca and Montez. Glad to see the Street Profits back, man.
Shout out to Angelo Dawkins. He posted some on social media that he like lost like 20 pounds in 2 months. So he got obviously got himself back in shape for this moment, and looks like we're getting the Vision and Street Profits, which we've been asking for the Street Profits for forever. I feel like, and they're finally back in the fold.
They bring the swag like nobody else. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes promo. Punk talked about all the loss he's had in the last 6-7 months. Um, Talks about the loss of the world title, and he says, title match can always drop into your lap whenever you need it. And then Cody Rhodes comes out there. That eye is Jesus Christ. That boy got kicked in the face. And Cody comes out there, and they go back and forth. And Cody's basically like, "Hey man, just say winner." They're both looking at the WWE Championship.
I thought it was a good promo from Punk, kind of talking about loss and talking about everything coming out of the match. No real direction in terms of his character. Like you thought maybe he is going to be a little more desperate. Maybe he's going to be, maybe a heel. But no, I think he's just kind of the same CM Punk for now. Um,
Old man Punk.
Interesting that neither like him or Punk or Roman kind of acknowledged the match from Sunday. Like whether not saying they could have acknowledged. I think maybe how special that match was, but they didn't. Which
Roman
wasn't
did. He did it on social media.
okay on social media, but not on proper main television. But
I think they showed the tweet. There you go.
there we go. But yeah, I thought Punk's thing was good. Cody's was a little more, basic. Obviously, kind of getting him out there and showing off the eye and getting some sympathy and teasing that they'll have a match eventually. Now, when will that match happen? No clue. But Cody, unfortunately, has kind of like been in these bad situations during WrestleMania weekend or WrestleMania, and he hasn't really been, I think, given a fair shake as much as he can be, as he's been like the top guy for the past like 2-3 years. But a Cody Punk match would definitely sell. Now, I think both of them are kind of troubled baby faces in terms of like crowd reactions, because I think if they do the same thing they did with Cody or with Punk and Roman if they do with Punk and Cody, I think they could do.
It's a simple story. I know. Follow along. CM Punk cut the pipe bomb, right? Cody Rhodes actually did everything that Punk said in the pipe bomb and more. Boom. There we go.
Which then leads it down of Cody will say he's like the real CM Punk, and then CM
He's
Punk
the
will,
real voice of the voiceless.
yeah, and then it's going to be more of these work shoot aspect things, and then they're going to tear each other down, and then people are going to not like either one of them, and it's yeah.
We're not
And then we'll be on WWE Unreal, and they'll talk about how great of a story it is.
It is a great story.
Now, is that next year's WrestleMania or SummerSlam?
Oh no, just say when. Obafemi, he goes out there, he struts to the ring, he says, "Your ruler has arrived," and that's it.
Yeah, Obafemi just aura farmed for about 5 minutes, and God bless him. I mean, here.
Reminiscent to the when Roman walked. I mean, it's not the same stakes, but you know when Roman was out there and the fans just were making noise when after he beat the Undertaker, kind of similar ish situation.
Obafemi is an interesting act because he's like so protected and such a beast that I just don't know who you have him face that would be credible, that you can tell an interesting story with, because Brock is like the perfect one. He's another big guy that Oba could run through slash sell for a little bit, but it's like if he were to go up against,
Well, Alba called out the tribal chief.
I mean, that's another one of those big matches that you don't want to blow through, but you also don't want to be like, the AEW one where it's like, okay, we have all these great matches, but we're going to save them. And then Cody leaves, and then you never got around to any of them. So it's like you got to play your cards right. No one to hold them, no one to fold them.
I don't think anybody's going anywhere anytime soon. Ethan Page and Sol Ruka make their Raw after Mania debuts.
Yeah, I mean, both good talent. Ethan Page could have maybe just gone straight to the main roster from AEW, but I think he's been a good addition to NXT. And so Ruka's been one of the top prospects for quite some time. Hopefully, she's okay after her match with Zarya on Tuesday, because she took a nasty looking fall through two tables where she didn't really go through. She only went through one table. She bounced her head off the other one. So hopefully, there's no concussions or any major issues with her on that front. But yeah, Soul match with Liv Morgan, Ethan Page match with Javon Evans. So kind of seeing where they're thrown into. You know, obviously Ethan maybe mid to upper mid Carter, while Soruka will be a top woman for the next few years for WWE. So good for them.
Ethan Page is defeating Penta for the Intercontinental Championship.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. AEW happened. We have a new world champion in AEW. His name is Darby Allin.
Yep. So we're not going to go through both weeks, but we'll focus more on this week's episode of AEW. But last week, Darby did defeat MJF in his hometown
With the headlock takeover.
in Seattle, Washington, to beat MJF. The beginning of it, of MJF not knowing, quote unquote, that he was going to have a match against Darby Allin was very comical and over the top and unbelievable. But Darby ended up getting the win, spamming the coffin drops, and they hitting the headlock takeover for the win. Some people were poo-pooing it. I don't have too much of an issue with it because Darby can be like a transitional champion, probably like just going back to MJF. But if you kind of look at the depth chart, I think the babyface side of things is way worse than the heel side of things. So to try to fill out a couple months of babyface challenges for MJF, credible babyface challenges for MJF, until realistically you go and crown Will Ospreay at Wembley in July or August, whatever that exact day is. But it's a long time from now. And we even see on this episode where Darby takes on Tommaso Ciampa in a title match, and very good match. Darby ends up getting the win. And next week, Darby's going to face Brody King for the AEW Championship. So clearly, Darby's going to be kind of that fighting, almost TNT USA Open Challenge type of guy. And it's probably not going to be a long run. He's probably going to wrestle. He'll probably hold it to like Double or Nothing, or maybe a little past that. But yeah, I mean, congrats to Darby. Hopefully he works out well, and I am not as down on it as I think some other people are, and I kind of see where they're coming from with Darby getting the win. Will Ospreay took on Mark Davis, and Davis went to go attack Ospreay after the match, but then the Death Riders came out, and they kind of saved Will Ospreay from the attack. So they circled around Ospreay and Davis, and then Davis backed off, and they took Ospreay to the back. So we'll have to see exactly what that is. And then Samoa Joe, he has finally made his illustrious return after filming filming and or possibly getting hurt. So Samoa Joe is back in AEW, so that's good. Chris Jericho had some segments throughout the show with Ricochet, and he will team up with the Hurt Syndicate on Saturday to take on the Demand. So, yeah,
Shout
AEW
out to the Demand. Shout out to my boy Toa, man.
AEW just chugging along. They got Double or Nothing in late May. They like doing it after or the weekend of Memorial Day.
Are they
So
not going back to Vegas? Are they going to Vegas?
they are in New York for Double or Nothing this year. So still got a month left till their next pay per view.
Can
So
you imagine if Vegas had got Mania and Double or Nothing back to back months?
well, that was the origin last year. They didn't go to Vegas because they didn't want to tear down the market, and it was honestly getting a little thin after running there for like 3 years in a row. Um, but yeah, maybe next year if there's no Mania next year in Vegas, which who knows at this point, maybe Double or Nothing returns to Vegas.
I think Vegas is about to become a Mania residency, man.
It'll just be there all the time, every single year.
Or and just bring it back here.
Yeah, just go from like New York, Vegas, San Francisco, and Texas. Just give it those four. Give it to those four.
LA,
Maybe Florida every now and then. One they got like 3 stadiums. They can throw Florida in every now and then. But just keep it on the West Coast because it makes it easier for the travel.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I mean that's AEW. I mean nothing too crazy going on over there. Just some matches. Trying to think. No, nothing really. Oh, Adam Copeland put the career of the tag team of Copeland and Cage, Edge and Christian, on the line against FTR for a tag title shot. So if they do have a match at Double or Nothing or whenever that will be, if Cope and Cage lose, they can no longer be a tag team anymore. So look out for that, guys.
That's crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week to keep things going on the. Well, there's no road to WrestleMania. There's a road to something. The road to Backlash? Backlash.
Yeah, but I mean, it's in Tampa, and who really wants to go to Tampa?
Yeah. We are going to be back to recap the week that was next week. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. You guys are